So, in the third unit, we are going to discuss about data transmission. The data should be a binary data. It consisting of logic 0, logic 1. There should be levels. One level should be logic 1, another level should be logic 0. So there are two possible levels in the binary. Now, the data transmission unit contents are baseband receiver, baseband signal receiver, probability of error, the optimum filter, and matched filter, and probability of error using matched filter, coherent reception, non-coherent detection of FSK, calculation of error probability of ASK, BPSK, FSK, QPSK. So these are the content we are going to be discussed in the third unit. You know, in the third unit, baseband signal receiver. So the signal should be a baseband signal. So there is a difference between baseband signal and passband signal. The baseband signal, that the signal start at a zero origin, zero to some time period, that is tau is the time period, some time period, it has a signal, 0 to some time period. So that is the baseband signal. A passband signal is not start at 0, that signal started somewhere else. So that is the difference between baseband signal and passband signal. So now in our chapter, you take a baseband signal receiver. So now the probability of error. The probability of error is, it is the quality of the signal receiving. You know, signal to noise ratio, S by N, signal to noise ratio. It is the quality of the signal at receiving end. How much noise is added to the signal, then signal, how far it is contaminated. Is it contaminated fully, or it is contaminated 50%, or it contaminated 20% or 10%, depends on probability of error, that is known as signal to noise ratio. How much signal is affected by the noise. That is the probability of error. So whereas in the analog communication, the parameter known as signal to noise ratio, S by N, so that same parameter in the digital communication is probability of error, P of B or P of E, probability of error. Probability of error is nothing but the quality of the signal estimated in the digital communication, like S by N in the analog communication. Now the optimum filter. The filters are used to detect a signal, how it is optimal, and the matched filters, and probability of error using matched filter. So you can calculate the probability error by using the matched filter. And coherent reception. You know, the coherent reception is, there is no delay, theta should be a 0, then coherence takes place, and non-coherence detection, opposite of coherence, non-coherence reception of FSK, frequency shift keying, and calculation of error probability P of B of amplitude shift keying ASK, binary phase shift keying BPSK, binary frequency shift keying BFSK, and quadrature phase shift keying QPSK. These are the contents related in the third unit. Now we go for baseband signal receiver. First topic in the third unit. Baseband signal receiver. The baseband signal receiver transmitted signal voltage level. Transmitted signal should be a binary data, binary signal. Transmitted signal voltage level should be a plus volts or negative volts. Plus volt is logic 1 or negative volt is logic 0. There should be a two transmitted signal. It has the voltage levels are plus or minus V. V is the voltage level. Plus V is the one of the signal. Minus V is the another signal. Okay. Due to the noise, this voltage level goes on disturbed. Due to the noise, this voltage level goes on disturbed. Okay. Due to the noise. Noise is where adding in the communication absolutely in the channel. Noise is added in the channel, that is disturbed the signal. Okay. Now the power spectral density of the voltage level of the signal is calculated first. The power spectral density of the voltage level of the signal is calculated first. The signal is a logic 0 or logic 1. It has the levels of plus or minus V. Then you can calculate the power spectral density of the voltage level of the signal and the power spectral density of the noise level of the signal is calculated. There are two independent power spectral density are calculated first. One is signal power spectral density, another one is noise power spectral density. Okay, if the noise power spectral density is larger than the signal power spectral density, if the noise power spectral density is larger than the signal power spectral density, what happens it is, there should be an error occurs. There should be an error occurs. If the power spectral density of the signal is greater than noise, there is signal is occurred at the receiving end. If suppose noise dominates the signal, then signal level alters. And the signal level alters means positive level is altered by negative, negative level altered by positive. Then the 0 is with respect of 1 or 1 with respect of 0. That should be received. Is it not? If the power spectral density of the noise is greater than the signal noise, then you receive instead of positive, negative is received. You receive positive instead of negative. Okay. Okay. This is the block diagram of signal, peak signal to RMS noise output voltage ratio. So this is the block diagram of baseband signal receiver. It is the baseband signal receiver block diagram. Okay. Here in the block diagram, there is an adder first. There is an adder. Adder add signal and noise. Add signal and noise. Here it is, a signal is a voltage level 0 to T. 0 to T, there should be a tau duration 0 to T. The voltage level is V. S of T signal is. S of T signal is level is V. Okay, 0 to T. Let an example. That is input to the adder. Input to the adder. And another input to the adder is white Gaussian noise. Let us assume there should be a white Gaussian noise. White Gaussian noise. Now the power spectral density or density function of the noise is eta by 2. Here the symbol is eta. Eta by 2. Eta by 2. Now the signal plus noise added in the adder added in the adder, and that is given to dump circuit or integrate circuit, integrate and dump circuit, integrate and dump circuit. Integrate and dump circuit is given as a receiver part. Is it not? What it means? The signal is given in the adder, a noise is added here, so that should be a external noise is added. That noise is an white Gaussian noise, n of t. It is the Gaussian distribution is eta by 2. What is meant by white noise? White noise. White noise is defined as the positive density of the signal is uniform entire the frequency range. The positive density of the signal entire the frequency range. Suppose 10K to 20K enter the frequency range, the positive density is uniform. That is known as the white noise. Positive density is uniform enter the frequency range, that is known as white noise. Okay, that noise added to the signal. Here the signal is a binary data. Binary data have its a voltage level V. So voltage level V. Now these two are added and given to a integrated dump circuit. Integrated dump circuit. So students, this integrated dump circuit already you seen in one block diagram. Which is the block diagram? Yes, it is the DPSK. DPSK receiver transmitter is there now. The BPSK receiver and transmitter. In the BPSK transmitter, there is balance modulator. In the balance modulator, there are two inputs. One of the input is B of another input is root 2 PS cos omega naught t. Okay, the output of balance modulator is V of t root 2 PS cos omega naught t. When that is given to channel output is B of t root 2 PS cos omega naught t plus theta. Theta is added as delayed factor now. That is the signal is received. The received signal is applied to two parts in the receiver. Sub parts are there. One is recovered carrier, another one is synchronous detector. Is not recovered carrier, square law device, and band pass filter and frequency divided by 2 network. Then recover the carrier. The carrier is given to synchronous detector. Synchronous detector and the receiver signal multiply. Then those multiplied signal, that multiplied signal equation already that is B of t root 2 PS cos omega naught t plus theta whole square. Cos square omega naught t plus theta. Cos square omega naught t plus theta is the signal of synchronous detector. Now the synchronous detector output is given to integrated dump circuit there. Integrated dump circuit. That circuit is same as like this. Now, so there you can use the two switches. One is bit level synchronization is one of the switch and output switch is there. Like the same block diagram here it is. So this is high gain amplifier. This is the high gain amplifier. High gain amplifier. And R is the resistor and C is the capacitor, and the dumping switch is there now. Dumping switch is SW1. Dumping switch is SW1. And again the sampling switch SW2. Sampling switch SW2. When this is after adder, signal plus noise is added. Signal plus noise is added. When this added, when switch is off, SW1 switch is off, SW switch is off, SW switch is off, capacitor going to charge, and SW switch is on, capacitor going to be discharged, and this switch is on. This switch is on. Then we have to signal generate. So the bit by bit. So in the digital domain, there is bit after bit. There is a some transition takes place. Okay. So now one bit after other, the capacitor is going to be discharged, suddenly discharge and charge, discharging and charging. So depending upon a operation of a SW1 switch, dumping switch. So dumping is nothing but abrupt discharging the capacitor after each sample. Dumping means abrupt discharging of the capacitor after each sample. Sample means each bit interval. Okay, that is a dump. Dump means abrupt discharging the capacitor after each sample. Okay, now this is the circuit of integration. Integration is high gain amplifier, op amp. This is integrated circuit. Already you studied in LIC also. Okay, so now here the signal is given to integrated circuit. That signal should be a S plus N, signal plus noise. That noise should be the white noise. White noise. You know the white noise is the perfect range of the signal is uniform entire the frequency range. That is the white noise. So not uniform, that is known as pink noise. Okay, here can consider the white noise is an example, N of t beta by 2 plus signal distribution at that here, and this is a baseband receiver, baseband signal receiver. Okay, now here peak signal to RMS noise output voltage ratio there in the block diagram. The integrator yields an output which is integral of the input multiplied by the 1 by RC. That is integration functionality. Okay, the integrator yields an output which is the integral of input multiplied by the 1 by RC. 1 by RC, where RC is the tau. Tau is the time period. Time period R into C. Okay, now, so the integration, the integration is 0 to t, 1 by tau, 1 by RC, S of t plus N of t dt. Output of integrator V of t is equal, V of capital T is equal 1 by tau integral 0 to t. This is the span of the bit duration. 0 to t is the span of the bit duration. S of t plus N of t dt. This is the signal. S of t plus N of t signal is after adder. Okay. S of t is the input signal, N of t is the noise. With respect of dt can integrate. That is equal 1 by tau integral 0 to t. You can split this. S of t dt plus 1 by tau integral 0 to t N of t dt. N of t dt. Is it not? There are splitting into two signals. Integration is considered as S of t dt plus N of t dt. Integral S of t dt with respect of 0 to t and N of t dt with respect to 0 to t within the time period. 0 to t the time period. 0 to t. Okay. Now you can split this equation into 1 by tau integral 0 to t S of t dt plus 1 by tau 0 to t N of t dt. Now the sample voltage due to the signal is, this is the signal, S of t is the signal, sample voltage due to the signal is V of t now is S naught of t, the output of the signal, N naught of t, output of the noise. Now the integrator output is combination of signal plus noise. Combination of signal plus noise. Now the sample voltage due to the signal is, sample voltage due to the signal is S of t, S naught of t, output signal is equal to 1 by tau, where tau is equal to RC now, 1 by tau 0 to t V dt. So now we can integrate this. What happens it is V by tau t limits of 0 to t. Now we can calculate that Vt by tau. Vt by tau is the S naught of t. S naught of t is Vt by tau. S naught of t is Vt by tau. Like the sample output due to the noise output, N naught of t is equal 1 by tau 0 to t N of t dt. N of t dt. S naught of t is equal to Vt by tau n naught of t is equal to integral 1 by tau 0 to t n of t dt. This noise sampling voltage n naught of t is a Gaussian random variable. Is a Gaussian random variable. When connected to n of t, which is Gaussian random process, in the variance, n of t was founded in the variance in the previous one, sigma naught square. The Gaussian distribution curve of n naught of t is considered as sigma naught square, that is variance. Sigma naught square, that is the variance of the signal, is equal n naught of t whole square bar. N naught of t whole square bar is the variance function or distribution of the noise curve, that is equal to eta t by 2 tau. Eta t by 2 tau. Eta t by 2 tau. Eta t by 2 tau is the 2 tau square is the eta t by 2 tau square is the variance of the noise, that naught of t. N naught of t is called sigma naught square. N naught of t is called sigma naught square. That is called eta t by 2 tau. Here there are two parameters. One is the signal, another one is the noise. The signal is Vt by tau. Vt by tau. V is the voltage level of the signal. T is the time period, and tau is the time duration. T is the time period at time instant. Tau is the time duration. Now sigma S naught is Vt by tau. N naught of t is sigma naught square. That's called eta t by 2 tau. Eta t by 2 tau. There are two signals here, S naught and naught. S naught has Vt by tau, and naught is sigma square. That is tau t by 2, eta t by tau, 2 tau square. Okay, now the sample voltage due to the signal is S naught of t. The sample voltage due to the signal is S naught of t. That is called Vt by tau. We are seeing the previous one. The sample voltage due to the noise is N naught of t. That is called sigma naught square of t. That is called eta t by 2 square. Hence, a figure of merit of interest in the signal to noise ratio. S naught of t whole square by N naught of t whole square. That is figure of merit of interest in the signal to noise ratio. Signal to noise ratio. Okay, that S naught of t is equal to what happens? It is Vt by tau into 2 tau square by V square t square square, because of S naught of t whole square. No, S naught of t is called V t by tau. No, S naught of t whole square means what happens? V square t square is nothing but sigma naught square. Sigma naught square. Sigma naught square is called eta t by 2 tau square. So S naught square by N naught square, eta square, sigma square is equal to V square t square by tau square is by eta t by 2 tau square. Now what happened is 2 eta to V square 2 by eta V square t. So if you make your own calculation there, what is that calculation? Okay, V square t square by tau square into 2 tau square by eta t. Is it not? Now eta square get cancelled, and tau square get cancelled. Now 2 by eta v square t is remains. 2 by eta v square t is remains. Okay, so this is the baseband signal receiver output. That is signal quality. S naught square by n naught square. S naught square by n naught square. 2 by tau is t, where tau is noise power density, v is the voltage level, and t is time period of the binary data. So this baseband signal receiver. Baseband signal receiver. Friends, so peak signal to RMS noise output voltage ratio or baseband signal receiver is, so you can draw this block diagram, like this is block diagram or circuit diagram. Input is given as the voltage binary data and noise is added here, that is white noise, and given to integrated and up circuit. Then output is S naught of t and naught of t. S naught of t by n naught of t is signal to noise ratio, that is 2 by tau v square t is the baseband signal receiver. Okay, this is the first term. This is the first term. Then probability of error. Probability of error. The probability of error. This is one of the parameter to know the signal quality in the digital domain. Okay. The probability of error. The probability density of noise is n naught of t. That should Gaussian distribution curve. It is a Gaussian distribution curve. It is a Gaussian distribution at 0 maximum peak, and other side there is distribution. Okay. Now this is known as P, probability of error. P of E. P suffix E is equal to this is one of the equation. That equation, probability of error is equal to 1 by 2 ERFC ES by eta to the power of 1 by 2. E of E is equal to 1 by 2 ERFC ES by eta to the power of 1 by 2. That means E of E is equal to 1 by 2 ERFC root ES by eta. Please remember this formula. Probability of error in the digital domain, quality of the signal is P of E, that is equal to 1 by 2 ERFC root ES by eta. So 1 by 2 ERFC means error complementary function. Error complementary function. ERFC, error complementary function. Signal energy should be a binary data here. Signal should be a binary data, that is equal to v square t. V is the voltage level of the signal, t is the time duration. Vs is equal to v square t is the signal energy of a bit. Bit by bit can transmit now the binary data. So Vs is v square t, that is signal energy of a bit. Now error complementary function is some distribution curve can occur. So see this distribution curve, probability density function, Gaussian distribution curve. The Gaussian distribution curve positive side decrement is the same as the negative side decrement. That is Gaussian distribution curve, like a bell, shape of the bell. See the positive axis, so like a decreasing path. This path is known as error complementary function. Okay, now probability of error P of E is equal to 1 by 2 ERFC, error complementary function, root ES by eta. This See this equation. Remember this equation. P of E is equal to 1 by 2 ERFC root ES by eta. This is error complementary function. It is the probability of error. Okay, 1 by 2 ERFC error complementary function root ES by eta. Now, this is the curve. This is the curve. Probability of error. P of E is equal to 1 by 2 ERFC root ES by eta. Probability of error P of E is equal to 1 by 2 ERFC root ES by eta. This is the curve. This is the curve is 1 by 2 ERFC root ES by eta. Now this curve, let us see this curve. In the x-axis, there is parameter EB by N naught. X-axis there is parameter EB by N naught. Y-axis there is parameter of P of E. Y-axis there is parameter of P of E. Okay, now x-axis EB by N naught, energy per bit by noise per particle density. On x-axis, EB by N naught means energy per bit by noise per spectral density in the x-axis. Energy per bit by noise per spectral density, EB by N naught. And y-axis it is P of E, probability of error. No? So the y-axis, let us see 0.1, 10 to the power of -1, 10 to the power of -2, 10 to the power of -3, 10 to the power of -4, 10 to the power of -5, like so on. There is a decrement one. So let us see at a particular point 10 to the power of -2. Let's take an example. At 10 to the power of -2, there is a point where, let an example, this is the EB by naught is 4 and 10 to the power of -2 is located. So EB by naught, energy per bit by noise per frequency at 4, P of E is equal to 10 to the power of -2. 10 to the power of -2 means 1 by 100. 1 by 100. At 4, EB by naught at 4, P of E is equal to 10 to the power of -2 and 1, that is 1 by 100. What it means, 100 bits going to be transmitted among them, 1 bit is in error. That is probability of error. 100 bits going to be transmitted to a channel, among them 1 bit is in error. So that is at 4, EB by naught is 4. If you improve that parameter, goes on 10 to the power -4. Goes on 10 to the power -4. So there, what happens? 10 to the power -4 means 10,000. And EB by naught is equal to 8. See this analysis. EB by naught at 4, probability of bit error is 10 to the power of -2. Is it not? EB by naught at 4, 10 to the power of -2 is the probability of bit error. What it means, EB by naught at 4 can transmit 100 bits, among them 1 bit is in error. Okay, that is one system approximation. Now, you can improve the parameter. How it is? EB by naught at 8. EB by naught at 8. Probability of bit error is 10 to the power of -4. Yet not. The previous assumption, EB by naught at 4, probability of bit error is minus 10 to the power of -2. At 8, probability of bit error is 10 to the power of -4. Okay, now 10 to the power of -2 to 10 to the power of -4 is improvement. What is that improvement? 100 bits going to be transmitted, 1 bit is in error. Whereas at 10 to the power of -4, 10,000 bits are going to be transmitted, 1 bit is in error. Okay, so but what is the 4 to 8 EB by naught value? One of the limitation. 4 to 8. At 4, 10 to the power of -2. At 8, 10 to the power of -4. 10 to the power of -4 is better than 10 to the power of -2. but 4 is better than 8. Yet, power consumption is less, is advantage in the communication process. But improvement in the quality, 10 to the minus 4 is better. Now, in the two assumptions, 4 is the better one in EB by naught, but 10 to the minus 2 is the worst one. But in this another case, 8 is the worst one, 10 to the minus 4 is better one. That's why there is a trade-off between EB by naught value and probability of error. Now can compromise one after one of the consideration. That is, 10 to the minus 4 is the value to consider. To value the consider. Okay, let us see. So this is one of the topic. This is one of the topic. Then now the second topic in the unit is the optimum filter. The optimum filter. The optimum filter. In the optimum filter, if S1 of the signal and S2 of the signal are binary signals, for BPSK, S1 of t is called A cos omega naught t, S2 of the signal is minus A cos omega naught t because of plus or minus B of the signal. B of t is plus A cos omega naught t, B of the signal is minus A cos omega naught t. There are two signals, S1 of the signal and S2 of the signal. For FSK, S1 of the signal is A cos omega naught t plus omega, and S2 of t is called A cos omega naught t minus omega. See the difference between BPSK and FSK. The BPSK S1 of t is called A cos omega naught t, S2 of t is called minus A cos omega naught t. Entire signal is reverse, that is 180 degrees phase, 180 degrees phase. Whereas in the FSK, now here the optimum filter, this signal S1 of t signal or S2 of t signal, S1 of t signal or S2 of t signal is given to an adder, Another one is, another signal to the adder is Gaussian noise eta by 2. Gaussian noise eta by 2. S1 of t or S2 of t are the signals, and Gaussian noise N of t is given to adder. N of t signal is given to adder. So these two signals are given to filter. This filter should be an optimal filter, and the optimal filter output is given to sampler. Sample every t second. That is bit duration is t. Okay. Output is V naught of t. So this is simply optimum filter diagram. In the diagram, adder add by signals S1 of t or S2 of t, S1 of t or S2 of t. Noise is added here. That noise is Gaussian noise, and given to the filter. A filter output is given to sample every t second, like a switch. It is. Sample means like a switch. The switch is on and off. For bit by bit, the switch is on and off. So output is V of t. Now the V of t output is equal to S01 of t plus N of t, S01 of t plus N of t, and S02 of t plus N of t. Output of the filter through sample switch, S01 of t plus N of t. N of t add to the first signal, that is S01. S01 is output 1 plus N of t, S02 of t plus N of t. Okay. So this is input is S0, S1, S2, S01, S02 are the output plus N of T. N of T added as a Gaussian noise. Okay, now here it is. Here it is. V of T is equal to V of T is equal to S01 of T plus N0 of T or V0 of T is equal to S02 of T plus N0 of T. Yes. Now S01 of T is equal to S01 of T. S01 of T is equal. This is output of the filter via a sample switch. That is called Vt by tau. Vt by tau. S01 output of the signal should be Vt by tau. Vt by tau. Like S02 of T is equal minus Vt by tau. Minus Vt by tau. S01 of T is equal to Vt by tau and S02 of T is equal to minus Vt by 2. Now, students, here we are going to examine signal input and signal output. And the signal input is S01, S1, S2, S1, S2. Signal output is S01, S02. Not means an output. S01, S02. S1 is input, S01 is output. S2 is input, S02 is an output. Now, S1 is input, output is S01 plus N of T is added. Where the N of T is added? In the adder. That means in the channel. N of T is added. That's why S1 of T is input, output is S01 of T plus N of T. Like S2 of T is input, output is S02 of T plus N of T. Is it not? In this equation, N of T is less than N of T is less than S01 of T. Observe that. N of T is less than S01 of T. N of T is less than S01 of T. What is N of T? Power spectral density of the noise is less than input signal power spectral density. What happens? The received signal and transmitted signal both are the same. Noise power spectral density is less than the signal power spectral density. Then the input signal or output signal of the filter is same because of noise power spectral density is less. If suppose noise power spectral density is greater than signal power spectral density, in that case what happens? There is an error. That means if you transmit S1 of T, you receive S2 of T. Or if you transmit S2 of T, you receive S01 of T. Is it not? That means if suppose noise power N of T signal is greater than a signal power spectral density, if you transmit S1 of T, you receive S0 of 2. Students, go to the textbook. I want to send notes on this third unit by tomorrow because you prefer before the class also. It is better to understand in the mathematical analysis because of so many mathematical analysis there in the third unit. I used to mention only particular important equations. I am not solving any equation in the particular PPT concept. Okay, please go to the equations where the important equation is there. I want to emphasize. If you are more interested, please contact and I will tell you. Okay. So next class, go for optimal filter also. Okay. The concept it is. CR, please send the attendance. Thank you. Thank you for listening.